All right, everybody, welcome to our Tuesday Curse of Strahd game session 20. These fools have put up with me for 20 sessions. That's pretty impressive. Just about a week and a half of a work week is what that would equal out to. I'm Charlie, the DM, and we'll go ahead and do player introductions. Oh, and my webcam is off center. Heather.
I was just about to send you a message. Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going
it.
first.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
There we go.
hi, I'm Heather. I'm playing Harper, the Human Ranger.
I think it tried following me when I moved because sometimes it will do that. Track my face. Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Apollo, the Satyr Bardlock. I remembered. Let's go.
Nice. All right, and Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I am back once again playing our mascot slash action hero slash the hero we don't deserve but truly need, Theobald Cottontail.
Nice. Very good. Yep. If we have Theobald, we've got everything we need.
I wouldn't say that. We have most of everything.
And maybe a little chaos and disaster happening soon.
Minor details.
All right, who wants to give a recap?
Where do we want to start, guys? We're fighting vampire spawns in the coffin maker's house. Look at my notes. We're doing slightly good, right? We finally killed one of them, and Irina finally made it out of the house, and mother flippin' Strahd von Zarovich comes in. He's like, "Hey, you guys aren't protecting her from my vampire spawns, okay?" So I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna leave, and you guys can't do shit about it. And he was right. We couldn't. So he sent us off into the middle of town, uh, where we pretty much had to just deal with the consequences of our actions and watch everyone get slaughtered in the middle of the town. Uh, where we also happen to see bird people start fighting the vampire spawns that seemingly were slaughtering everybody. And all that chaos, Rick Tabio came and pretty much saved us, got us on his wagon, and brought us to the hold on, Blue something Inn.
Yeah, Blue Water Inn.
Yeah, the Blue Water Inn, where we were getting our stuff because we're spilling from town. Uh, and we
Kidnap children.
yeah, as that happened, I heard a little scuffle in a room, and one of the there's two children. It was Bran and Bray, and one of them was tied up and looked like a bird person. That happened, but there was too much to comprehend during all that. So I was just like, "Hey, we're going to the lake. We don't know where your parents are. I'm leaving a note. Let's go." And I untied them and told them to not be a bird anymore. And we kind of took off. And I believe they're on Theobund's steed, because Rick Tavio was like, "Nah, not in my wagon."
Yeah, he's not a kidnapper, I think is what you're saying.
One of them was tied up, okay? And, oh yeah, we also saw Blinsky die. So my thought was, vampire. If I can find them, a vampire can find them. So yeah, that happened.
Okay, so let me clarify. If we're playing a game of hide and seek, and if you can find the children, it's okay to kidnap them, because if you can find them, anyone can find them?
Well, no, people are getting killed. So I was like, hey,
Cody,
if
people
me, a
get
good
killed all the
person,
time.
found them. If me, a good person, could find them, these people who are killing people could also find them. So they're probably safer than me. That was my thought.
My question still remains exactly the same, because people be killing people all the time. Alright, you can have inspiration. I'll stop teasing you. All right, so the group is speeding out of the town currently on the wagon with Rictavio, and the elk is carrying the children. You also on the wagon have Picola, the cute little monkey. You have a saber-toothed tiger. Like, what more could you all need? And you still have Lancelot. Like, everything is just great. As you guys are fleeing from Valaki, you can hear the sound of mass chaos and mayhem coming from behind you. You see as there seems to be flames engulfing parts of the city as you all are speeding away. What is currently going through your character's mind?
Shit.
Should I? Nobody else seems to be
Yeah,
jumping.
go
at
for it.
bullet.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Theobald's honestly wondering, almost questioning on whether or not they should keep doing anything because they've pretty much failed at every turn so far. Except for like early on, like they had a couple successes, but like they've lost Irina. Valaki's been decimated. Both of which are directly because of their actions. And they are no closer to defeating Strahd than they were previously. And they don't even have the bones to keep the church safe anymore because Strahd also took those. And he's just feeling pretty down the dumps right now. Like it'd be one of those things where if he had a bottle of wine with him, he'd probably be chugging the bottle of wine.
Fair enough.
Theobald's not feeling the greatest, but I mean, he'd be kind of keeping it all locked up and not letting it, or doing his best to not let it show on his face anyway.
Okay.
Seriously.
No. You go. You go. We suck at doing that.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, Harper's not doing too great because, like, as far as he's concerned, like, he's really like screwed the pooch on this. Because I mean, he was right next to Irina. He gave Irina the bones, and like, he did not do anything to stop her from leaving. I mean, he couldn't, but he didn't know that. Like, in a way, he didn't know that. So now he's like, oh God, now I've got to write this letter to Easemark. Let him know we just completely screwed up everything.
We've lost your sister.
And then I've got to return his books to him too because I told him Arena would be the one to give it back to him, or I'd give them to Arena. Well, she's not here, so now I got to mail that package too.
Good thing you have D&D stamps.
Yeah, got all the D&D stamps.
All right, Cody.
All right. I think on Apollo's face, first off, you would notice like anger that all this has happened, and it's really like rising to the top because there was definitely a not normal connection with Irina that he was experiencing, and now that she's gone, he doesn't know exactly what's going to go on with himself. Not like in a weird way, but like in a perturbed way because there was something weird going on in him. Not sexual. I'm just gonna say that right now. Not sexual. And now that connection's gone, there feels like there might be more consequences to that. But also, all this just happened while we're just pretty much exploring the town, trying to run down leads. And like what Aaron said with Theobald, we just seem to be getting beat down for doing simple stuff. And these vampires came out of nowhere, and Shada's just like, "Hey, fuck you guys." So it's hard to feel anything but defeated in this moment. So I feel like that's just there in all of our minds.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like if you which for Apollo it might be a while since he has like felt like being, the hero of the realm or whatever, but for anyone else who like you've been going out and doing adventuring and stuff pretty recently and stuff, and you like even if it's something small like taking care of rats in a basement, like you come back and you feel highly regarded, and in this it's like you just feel like you can't get ahead of what's happening, and like you can't predict what's happening, like it's completely kind of catching you by surprise. So you all are racing on the wagon. Lancelot is probably growling, even though the tiger is behind the door caged in. It's still able to be seen through. So Lancelot every now and then is kind of barking, growling at that tiger that's in there, and you can see the tiger kind of swiping at the window on the door at Lancelot as you guys are racing through. I'm sure Brom and Bray are just being great on the elk, like not goofing off or anything at all. They're just being perfect angels. Um, Rictavio is pretty reserved and stuff. He's very concentrated on getting you guys out of Valaki. Maybe not necessarily you guys, but getting himself out of Valaki, and trying to figure out what the plan from here is. It doesn't take you very long before you reach the lake. It's about on the wagon and stuff with the horses because he's really pushing them. It's probably about like 10, 12 minutes or so before you kind of come to the edge of like there's forest around and you can see the lake up ahead. Rictavio comes to a pretty like right on point stop, and as he does, he goes, "All right, here's the lake. I don't know if it's going to be exactly what you were expecting or looking for, but yeah, I think this is where we part. I do wish you all the best." And he just kind of looks at you, like anxiously, like waiting for you to get up off of the wagon and leave from him.
Uh, I'll hop off and just say, where are you headed? I feel like I have a million questions for you, but now's not really the time.
Far away from here. I'm not too certain exactly where I will end up, but the further away, the better. And I don't want to risk being with these, what do you guys call them? Children. I don't want to be around the children.
Fair.
I don't know that that was your best idea.
I agree. It happened.
Yes, we get rid of one NPC and we pick up two kids.
Hopefully their parents will show up fairly quick. Who knows?
Hopefully their parents survive.
I'm gonna look at the one that was like a bird before. Yeah, I think they might have.
I mean, we can't really know what's gonna happen left in that city at this point. We just got to do the best we can with what we got at this point and try to come up with a plan of action on what we're gonna do next.
Yes.
Perhaps we can. Sorry, go.
Oh no, you go, Aaron.
Theobald will look to Apollo and Hunter and Harper. Excuse me. Perhaps we should take a closer look at the notes we got from the lady at the fair circus place. Perhaps that's the best place for us to get started once after we get to the lake.
Uh,
Rick,
yeah,
Rick
go ahead.
Fabio, do
Yes.
you have any pen and ink you can spare? I've got a letter to write.
I see our priorities are very sporadic, to say the least. One second. And you see he's trying to be swift. Like he's trying to leave you all feeling the best that he can, but like ultimately he does not want to be here at the lake with you all. He wants to get further. Like I said, you guys are only by wagon about like 10-12 minutes away from Valaki, so you can still very much see like the smoke up in the air, and everything, like whenever the mist have kind of cleared a bit. He gets up, he goes to the door. You see him kind of put his hand up towards the tiger inside, and as he opens the door, you can see the tiger is like sitting pretty tamely. He goes through, he's rifling around, and he does come out with some ink and parchment for Harper.
At least we got him to stick around for like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I mean, some ink isn't gonna take him too long. As he's gathering that, he does kind of motion at the lakefront, and he's like, I don't know if you'll have luck sustaining yourself from the fish there. It hasn't been very plentiful recently. I noticed we've really switched over in Valaki to mostly serving a wolf steak. That seems to have been more bountiful than the fish, but these waters used to run deep and full of many different fish. But you might have more difficulty catching those now. As you scan and look at the lake, you can see that Lake Zarovich is in pretty sore shape. It's a sad sight. The trees surrounding the lake have all but decayed and died, alongside with gray and barren evergreens. The water itself is dark with murk and silt from the erosion of the man, I can't speak, shores, and the decrepit roots of trees. The lake itself seems to be slowly crumbling in on itself. And even still, even worse, the water surface seems to be quite eerie. No real sign of life or anything. You don't even notice a ripple upon the water as you look at it. It wasn't always this way.
How long have you been here?
I've been around for a little while. And when I first arrived, the fish were pretty plenty. People had come with heaps of them. Those two may even know a thing or two about it. The inn used to serve fish. Now it's really just steak and whatever soup or stew they are able to make.
I mean, the two children mentioned a lake monster. I guess I should just ask. That's a fairy tale, right?
Ah, fairy tales have to come from somewhere, don't you think?
You are the storyteller, so I guess you'd know more than me.
I wouldn't completely discount it. You never know, but depending on who you talk to, it's a monster, it's a lady, a ghost, a bear, um, some other grisly creature. Everyone has their own stories, but I'm sure amongst each of them, there's probably some truth. Wouldn't you think?
Well, actually, we're gonna switch something up on you real quick because we were told a story about a man with a monkey that might be helpful to us in the future and maybe a potential ally. And it seems
I
like you
think
check
he's
those boxes.
I think he is dead on the street.
Well, he didn't really seem like the ally type, and I'll be honest,
He's friends with everybody.
that guy was a total knob. Okay. And I don't know. Just you seem more like the type you saved us, so
I was
first off, thank you
merely
for that.
passing through, and you all seem to be stuck in a daze. Or at least some of you.
But like you said, there's a truth to every story. I'm gonna try to like look at him. Can I like vibe check him?
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Alright.
You say you've heard a story, and do tell, where did you hear such a story from?
Madam Ava over by the. Hold on, let me scroll up.
Let me read through my 30 pages of notes real quick.
By the Tesser pool. She gave us a tarot reading, and I'll be honest, we were looking for a man of the monkey, and we thought it was Blinsky, but
Perhaps it was Blinsky.
perhaps, but he's dead as shit, so I hope not.
It just seems you might have to find somebody new, maybe without a monkey.
Maybe. Do you know where our friend Irina could have been taken? Any chance? Guessing the castle, but I don't know. You've been here longer than us.
By whom was she taken?
Uh, moments before the vampire started attacking. Honestly, we couldn't do anything about it. I still feel like I can't do anything about it, to be honest.
Yes, so it happened before all the chaos. I wonder if perhaps she is somehow connected to the cause of everything, the mayhem. But who was it that she was taken by?
I mean, I guess they're not in town, so. Strahd. The devil himself.
She. Well, I don't think her fate is going to be all that good, and she most certainly has probably been taken to the castle. Did she go willingly, or did he put up a fight?
I
mean, for you all, it would seem as though that she went willingly. Like you wouldn't realize that he had manipulated the situation.
Best guess is there was some willingness on her part, but with how powerful Strahd seems to be, who knows what really happens. But for now, that's our best guess.
See, this is where you are mistaken. Monsters, they only have the power on which we let them have. We are in control of how powerful they are by our perception of them.
Theoba just rubs the bridge of his nose.
He's not making me feel better about this.
In all due respect for you, I'm gonna leave that comment and statement you just said entirely alone, and we're gonna move on from it. Because I really, really am not in the mood to have that conversation right now about what that all implies. So, quicker you can get us, because I'm assuming we just see Lake Zarovich.
No, you guys are there. Apollo is off the wagon. I'm assuming others have also begun getting off.
Yeah.
The children are prancing around on the elk. He is just doing final partings before he takes off.
Yeah, Theobald would have gotten off, got his gear, and called over Rohan and be like, I appreciate what you've done for us and helping us get out of the lockkeep, but I think this is where we part ways.
Yes, understood. I do wish you nothing but the best, and good luck with your new children.
Don't say that; they're not permanent.
Yes. That's what lots of people think, and then the children are 50 and still living at home. Eating all the food and not cleaning up. Maybe we shall meet again, but until then, I do wish you the best. Make sure you not only look in front, but also behind and to the side. You never know what may be coming your way.
Both.
Okay. Anything else before he takes off?
I'm gonna yell to him as he's going. I bet this is gonna make one hell of a story.
Yes. The time the idiots rescued the children. And you see as his carriage begins to take off, he is kind of hugging in between the forest and the lake, but he is traveling from where you guys are in like a north western direction.
While he's gone, I want to gather up Harper Theobald real quick. Kind of out of earshot of the kids as they're like messing around. Hey, that one over there? It's a fucking bird.
I mean, some people would call you a goat.
Alright, true, but I saw it with my eyes. He was tied up in a room in the inn. Fully like a bird, like the people we saw fighting in the middle of town.
Pure Apollo.
I mean, we can't really do much at this point. I mean, we've already left the town. It's not like we can take them back.
No, that's not odd to any of you guys, though, that he's a bird, there's birds in the town. I'm trying to make a connection here.
Apollo, you're talking to a rabbit werewolf right now. I mean, there ain't much weirder than me if we're being perfectly honest now. But I do get a point, but without more information, we can't guarantee there's a connection. I mean, sure, we can assume that because this child was taken, that's why the bird people were there. Bird people also could have been there because they just had a fight to pick with the vampires.
Right.
We're just gonna need to keep our eyes open and stay on our toes, and hopefully, we can find a family we can drop them off with because we can't take them with us. We've already done hard enough time with an adult. How do you think we're going to do with kids? Forget Lancelot half the damn time.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, you look around, you don't see Lancelot.
Oh, I'm assuming he's off of Castle somewhere.
Castle's not here either.
Oh shit, they fell asleep on the wagon.
When in doubt, I just assume Lancelot's with Caslin. That's just kind of what I'm going with most of the time.
Actually, Lancelot is chasing around the elk and the two kids. He's running around. It's kind of the first time you've really been in like an open space situation.
Forget what Rictavio said, guys. We really need to rest.
Oh, I ain't doubting that. We need to look to set up camp for the night and get a watch system set up because I don't know about you, but I ain't feeling so good.
Y'all gonna rest at 10 a.m.?
It's
It's only 10
10
a.m.
Yeah. 10:39. My bad. Let me correct.
Oh God.
I mean, without seeing the map, I don't really know where else we could go,
Oh.
travel wise.
Well, I mean, you guys wouldn't really have
Oh,
like much of a clue.
I know we
so
ourselves don't have a map, but like,
yeah, let me see. You guys do. You have the map from Ismark, and you should be able to get to that from the landing page. But I can also pull you over.
I mean, this might
okay,
sound dumb, but we could circle around the town and get to the uh, camp of the Vistani, where we're gonna go to find that child anyway.
Yeah, so you guys are in this area here, having come from Velaki.
mm, I don't see the camp that you talked about because I see the Abios is over here.
Well,
Oh,
so you also got to keep in mind you were given a map from Ismark. He's the one who drew this out for you all. It's not going to have all those details. So you know where Velaki is. You've heard mention that there were Vistani camped out on the other side of the gate. You guys would have came in from the right side of Velaki, so you would presume it would be over on the western side of Velaki.
oh, I mean, west is as good a direction as any.
how much can we screw up getting the little girl her birthday present?
Given our track record, quite a lot apparently.
Mm.
Guys, this sucks.
Really, we do believe we are stating the obvious. I would say a little bit at this point, but we just got to do what we can at this point. I mean, there's only so much we can control, and we can only do what we can to see if we can get stronger, and maybe we can set right the wrongs that have occurred and as a result of our actions.
Now, I will say this: if we're leaving this area, the note I left in the inn said, "We're gonna protect your children and wait at the lake." Because I assumed it was around nighttime and we were going to rest.
Um,
I'm not saying you all can't stay and set up camp and relax through the day as best as you can. Maybe try to like set up your camp in a way where it's kind of blended in more than just out in the open. Because again, you are only by foot probably about 20 minutes from Velaki, so you are not very far. So it would not be unrealistic that the threat could end up over here. And I think you all would be very aware of
I
that
mean,
as well.
I mean, if we're that close to Valaki, I don't think we can stay here.
Did it seem like the vampires had like a rhyme or reason to attack, or like did it seem like they were just causing mayhem to cause mayhem, or were they specifically looking like we're killing everyone in sight
I
and
mean,
taking this town over?
for you, it like your character, it would definitely just feel like they were attacking and killing everything in sight.
Okay. Oh, I say whatever Theodon wants goes. You've been as good a protector as any, so
I think we gotta head west, and we can perhaps leave a note somewhere on a tree or something saying indications of where we're going, but I don't think we can risk staying here unless we can find a cave or something, or something out of the way where we could set up a camp, and it'd be hard for them to find us, because I think we all know if we got another fight with them, it would not end well.
I mean, can I go over to one of the kids because I'm thinking like, what abilities do they have? Like, can they just fly back to the fucking inn?
Yeah, you can call the kids over. They are currently riding around on the elk.
All right. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna first ask the group. I don't want to just make any snap decisions anymore. uh, should we ask them? Assuming, let's just say we know. Well, I know one of them's a bird. I know this. I sound fucking crazy. I know one of them's a bird. They might be able to make it back into town far easier than we could. Right? Don't look at me like that, Harper. I'm not crazy. Would it be a bad idea to just let them go?
I mean, Apollo, you're the reason they're here. You're the
Mhm.
one responsible for them.
Don't like that word.
Yeah, well, I guess you should have thought about that before you did it.
All right, so these
You
are the
can-
consequences of my actions.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll protect them. And can we all agreeing this isn't kidnapping? Okay, this isn't what that is.
Skirting the line, but
I agree. We're I'm skirting the line. The line's here, and we're getting fairly close.
It's kidnapping adjacent. It's bird napping.
I mean it would only be bird napping if they were actually birds. Let's
Well, he keeps telling you they were birds.
and I don't believe them. The trick of the light.
Kid, what's your deal? I'm gonna say to one of the kids, "What's your deal? What's that thing that happened before, huh? Am I going crazy?"
The older one jumps off of the elk, leaving the younger one is still running around. What do you mean? What's my deal?
When I came into that room, you were different, right? And you told me to turn around so you could change. What's going on?
I didn't want you to see me without my clothes. That would be
All
weird.
Apollo
Guys,
tries
isn't
to be
this?
a pervert. This is Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat over there for me, real quick, Apollo?
I got no words for how you phrase that. Okay. Tell them what you are. What are you?
I'm Brahm. What are you?
Can I start poking the
Mardukov.
kid?
I mean, he's a sullen teenage, like, preteen. He's not the best at talking.
Can you show them? Can you show them what I saw? Also, not weird to say because he's a bird.
Oh god, this is like the sewer all over again.
We don't need to talk about
I'm
this.
not crazy. Stop gaslighting me.
I mean, it doesn't work quite like that. I don't know that I can just show you.
At least can you tell them I'm not crazy and I'm not. Paul just starts walking. Oh, fuck this.
He's not crazy. Sometimes if I get really angry or like I really feel my emotions, I change. What? You told me to tell them. I told them. Do you not change when you feel things?
Not into a bird.
It's a raven, not a bird.
Well, I didn't get a clear look, and I don't know my birds. Okay.
Didn't they teach you in school? Also, I'm not really sure who you are to judge me. You don't quite look, what is it? Normal? You don't look normal.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then you guys have a rabbit. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a talking rabbit before.
Mm.
Theobon said that too, and I actually checked out. So.
I mean, I do know what I'm talking about 85% of the time. The other 15%, God knows what the fuck I'm saying.
Are we gonna camp here? I haven't been to the lake in a long time. It doesn't look like we can swim though, but are we camping here?
I don't think so, little one. I think it's best if we keep moving, especially because we don't know if those vampires are going to escape the city or not. And to be frank, we're not really in a position to get into another fight right now, especially with those things.
Oh, but the funny one said that he left a note for my parents to come get us. Are you all just going to leave us here?
No, we're looking at leaving a second note that will point them in the direction we're going from here. I just don't want to risk keeping y'all in a position where we could very easily be found by the vampire spawn and attacked. Yes, I know it's possible that us leaving another note detailing where we're going might lead them to us, but unless we want to take some time and perhaps Harper can find a spot where we can camp out where it's out of the way and not easily found, it's not going to be great for us to stay here. Unless you can find something, Harper. You would be our best shot at finding something.
I mean, I can try, but I'm not gonna promise anything. I mean, I've done so great so far, so.
I
We're the
believe in
ranger
you.
we need.
I don't know why you play rangers. I don't feel like they ever work out for you.
Yeah, my ranger's never a ranger.
I wasn't worried about those things. What you said they were vampire spawn? I'm not familiar with them. But I'm more concerned that the note might get lost or damaged, and you might not be found.
But according to Apollo here, your parents can fly or something, so I'm sure it'll be great. They'll just fly overhead and find you. I'm saying this with as like much sarcasm as I can.
Well, hey, trust me, they're gonna be really mad when they find their kids are gone. Okay. So if mad's the thing that makes them turn into birds, they're gonna be pissed.
Oh no, my parents, they can do it at will. I'm just not as mature. And Bray, he hasn't transformed at all yet.
You heard that right? You're not.
You know, kid, you really don't have to like play into his delusions. You know that, right? Is he like giving you money to say this?
I would never
Oh,
give a kid money. Okay.
He was really weird back in the room. I'm nervous what he might do.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I threatened to hit this kid. He wanted to go fight the vampires, and I said no. All right, not a parent. Never wanted to be a parent. Okay.
I guess you should have thought about that before you kidnapped some kids.
I truly fucked up. Let's stop bringing this up, okay?
No.
Yes, we have the kids now. It's my fault.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't predict the kids being kidnapped as part of the storyline. I thought maybe you just set them free. or leave them, or a million other things, not take them with.
Collectively, this is now all of our problem, as I say. My bad.
All right, Heather, are you rolling some survival?
I'm going to attempt to roll some survival. We'll see how all this goes.
Can I guide
Yeah,
Harper?
you can guide.
All
Okay.
right. The D4.
I don't know if Harper wants you touching them, but okay.
Fair after all these conversations.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys.
15.
So what are we constituting as something safe? You guys are particularly like trying to find a cave of some sorts.
Anything that is like well hidden. So it can be a cave, it can be like kind of like a hollow in the underbrush that wouldn't be like very obvious from like the outside.
Okay. As you are looking around, so part of the trouble with any of this, and as you're going around and looking, is the mist keep kind of surrounding different parts. Even where Rictavio has taken off, like that area you can no longer see through because of the mist. It seems like you are very limited in that, and even the trying to like go back to go west in Velaki, like you would be going back that main path and moving in order to try to get that way. Just because of how everything is kind of hanging with that. And I believe a few of you at the start, when you first arrived into the lands of Barovia, like experienced that kind of choking feel of being in those mists. So as you're looking around, it's hard to really get into the thick of the forest. But you move more towards the eastern side of the lake because like right now you guys are kind of you really are at the like fork of the road right here in the center, and you do begin to move more towards the east, and you see that there looks to be a old wooden shack. It looks to be kind of overgrown from the outside. Definitely not in the best state of being. But you do find a small little wooden shack area that looks to be like somebody's fishing cabin.
Found this.
Holy shit, you found a building. Best ranger ever.
Can Ranger
Theobald.
look at me now, Mom?
Theobald, does this have your okay as a safe spot, or? Theobald?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is this okay for a safe spot, or should we leave? Because Harper found this building, this overgrown fishing shack.
Um, Theobald would kind of give it a look over.
Are you
Checking out to
going?
see.
Oh, go ahead.
Like he's just doing a once around the building, taking a look at it closely.
Okay. Would he try going inside it at all, or try looking inside it if available?
He would try. He would try looking inside if there's a window or anything.
Okay. Roll investigation for me.
Oh, this is gonna go great because Theobald's such an intelligent person.
Well, it's more to tell me what you can notice inside. Look at that. Look how intelligent you are. With the plus zeros. So walking around it, like to make a full walk around isn't fully possible because there is a lot of roots and things surrounding it. Just a lot. Like you would have to go kind of back a bit to then come back up. But you do go around as much of the perimeter of it as you can. You notice that there seems to be some tracks leading up and around that aren't just Harper. And the kids also, when Harper's looking around, they would have been kind of running around looking too, like challenging Harper, saying that they were going to find something before he did. And so you notice that there are other tracks that don't appear to belong to anyone within the group. They look to be not super fresh, but maybe a day or so old. It's also hard with like how moist everything is, like to really get a clear picture of how long they have been. Looking inside, there is a small window that you try to peer into. It is fairly difficult for you to look in because, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have dark vision, or do you? Oh, you do. As you peer in, you can see the cabin looks as though it is lived in. You also see it's pretty dirty. You can see that there seem to be these small like pebbles or minerals that are kind of piled up inside of here. Looks to be fishing supplies inside as well. You also would notice on one of the sides of the house there seems to be a small rowboat, not in the best of shape, but usable, that is up against the house as well. You do not notice any person around though.
Theobald will look to the group. I mean, if y'all are alright taking the chance and staying here, I don't see any reason not to, though. This place is known by another set of tracks. So it is a risk.
And I would say with your nat 20, I know it wasn't survival but investigation, but I would also give you that those tracks would be humanoid in form.
And it's likely that somebody likely lives here, and they might not take too kindly to us invading their space. But if y'all want to risk it, I won't bet against y'all.
It's the danger we know versus the danger we don't, right?
Precisely.
And if someone does live here, I mean, they'll probably understand that Velaki just got attacked, and we're looking for a safe spot to rest.
You said rest.
Could Theobald ask Harper to take a look at the tracks to see if they can judge how old the tracks are?
Yeah, we can see how Harper does with some survival. Again.
I can get 2 decent rolls on. Oh, look, I can ranger today.
Oh, look at
I
you
guess
go.
Harper just needed.
I mean,
like,
you
something
rangered
to
that
pressure.
time.
Holy shit.
I just need Harper just needs to be depressed, and apparently he can ranger.
Taking a look at the tracks, you can definitely tell they were made by somebody wearing boots. They seem to have kind of a more off bounced like gait. So like when they're standing and putting pressure in, like it seems like they're stepping heavier with one foot compared to the other foot. You would really as far as how old they are, you would say that they are probably, like, again, because this is one of those things where getting an exact thing is pretty difficult. You would say that they were probably made within the last, probably right around 2 days ago, would be your best estimate of when these were formed. Maybe a little bit less than 2 days, maybe a little bit more, but somewhere pretty close to that, like 48-hour mark.
Mm. So these tracks are roughly 2 days old or so, but the gate they have is pretty off balance. So if they do come up back, something tells me we'd just be able to push the old guy over if we really needed to. So I don't think whoever owns this shack would be that big of a threat.
Say no more.
Alright.
Also, this cabin totally actually does exist. It's not something I'm pulling out of my ass.
Oh, I have no doubt.
The cabin is real. Harper finding it is more the shock.
Yeah. No.
It is kind of tucked.
I mean, we gotta see whether or not this place is even open. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if we want to hide here or not.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Are we just going hoping for the best on the door?
yeah, I'm just turning the door and swinging it open.
The door is surprisingly, considering it looks like there is like nothing inside here. The door is locked. I mean, come on, you guys were just being chased by vampire spawn. Like, obviously everybody locks their doors.
Oh, I'm not shocked by it.
First frustration, he's just gonna kick the door. I don't care if it does anything to the door. I'm just kicking the shit out of it.
Okay, you and your +1 strength. Go ahead and make that strength check for me. Athletics.
Alex.
You give a kick. The wood has a little extra spring in it because it is pretty, moist from all the mist, and it doesn't give to your little weak 11 kick.
Oh, I didn't think it would. I just wanted to kick it and swear, because that's just where I'm at, where Harper's at right now.
You could try the window. Wasn't there a window that Theobald peeked through?
Oh, yeah.
Don't kick that, though. Does the window seem locked?
Are you testing it?
Yeah.
The window, you go and try to kind of push up on it, and the window is not locked.
Alright. I'm gonna need someone much smaller than me going through this window.
I can go through.
Can't
I'm
lock
really
in here.
small. You hear the youngest one call out, letting you know they are small and willing to climb through.
Look, Apollo, your children want to be useful.
Oh, don't say that. Gross. Also, I can't, in good conscience, just send them into a room. So
No, you can kidnap them, but you can't send them into the room.
Hopper, I thought we established that it was my job to be kicking doors in.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to kick it in. I just really needed to kick the shit out of something right now.
I mean, I guess it's fair enough. Well, we could try hiding out and waiting for them to get back to see if they'll let us stay here for the day. Or we go with my plan and we head out.
I mean, is Theo Bun small enough to fit through the window?
You also, I know Matt's not here, but you also do have Caslin.
Well, then we'll just shove Castle through the window.
I mean, Theobald is small size, but I mean, I don't know how big of a window we're talking here.
I mean, I'm fat size and I can fit through a window, so it's not pretty, but I can fit through a window, so I think Theobald can probably go through this window.
I mean, I can give her a shot if you guys want me to go in through the window.
I would love nothing more to see you go through this window.
With your little bunny tail.
Hey, it's a cottontail.
I know I'm like overgeneralizing what your character actually is. It's like a Peter Cottontail, the little book. That is all I think about when I think about Theobun. Hopping through
That's
the
what I'm
bunny,
thinking about.
hopping through the bunny patch, bopping him on the head.
I mean, it could be the first thing, but it better not be the only thing.
No, it's not
So,
the only.
yeah.
I also think about the big bad wolf.
Damn it. Anyway, Theobun would give her the old college stripe going in through the window.
Yeah, I mean it's not super high, so and if it were, you can rabbit hop, and so there's not unless you want to roll a check. I don't need a check from you to climb through the window.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't trust my dice.
you see Theobun hoist himself up and through the window. You do hear the wood of the cabin, like around where Theobun's going, kind of let out like a groaning creak and stuff. Like, as even though he's small, putting his weight on it does not seem to be something that the cabin particularly enjoys. But you do get to the other through the window. And conveniently, in front of the window there is a like small, I wouldn't say table, like because it's not like a traditional table. It's like a small one person. Yeah, kind of like in between a desk and a table type size. But there's a chair there as you climb through, and you're able to get inside.
Theobun will take a look around and then hop off onto the floor.
Okay. Roll another investigation as you're looking around inside. Nice. You're doing good on these investigations.
Guy rolls.
So again, like you're able to kind of see more that like you didn't have the right angle on. So like you can see there's a very small like one person cot in the room. Off to the corner, there's the table desk air thing that you are standing on. Looks to be a small pantry. You do see signs that there is some food that looks to be going stale, bad, whichever word. And you can see there's also kind of a very small built-in fireplace, which you wouldn't have from like where you were when you were circling around. You wouldn't have really been able to tell that because it was kind of in that area that was too difficult to get through, and there's a lot of overhang above this. So like seeing that, you can immediately tell it hasn't been used in quite a while, nor do you think it would be a good idea to try to use it just because of where this cabin is with the brush hanging over. And you also notice again what really kind of draws your attention is you see these really beautiful small like pebble sized minerals that are placed in the house.
Does Theobun recognize any of them?
No, this would not be something that you would have seen anywhere else. Like it is very clear to you it's some kind of gem or mineral, but you have never seen these before. All right, you hop off the table.
Theobun would go to unlock the door.
Yeah, being from the inside, you're easily able to get that door unlocked and open it up. As you do, Brome and Bray are super excited to check out the new place. And they're like, we've never really stayed in like a house. We lived in the tavern. It's different. This is kind of cool. I mean, it's small. I mean, it's a little dirty. But it's still cool. We're all gonna, like, have, like, a slumber party, right? Oh, can I sleep next to the dog?
Yes, because then at least someone will be taking care of it.
What about the elk? I don't think he will fit in here with all of us.
Oh, don't worry about Rohan. I can take care of him.
Rohan, that's such a cool name. How'd you pick that name for him?
It just kind of came to me, I guess. I don't really have a good explanation for it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think it suits him. It sounds
I
very
think so, too.
strong. Rohan, like that. He kind of puffs out his chest as he says that. And this is the teenage one. It's kind of surprising to you, like, how excited he is about this, because he has been kind of more reserved, but he's definitely opening up to the group.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. He's been a good companion.
That's cool. Maybe
As,
one day I can have an elk.
Maybe one day, little one.
Elks aren't just for Christmas, they're for life.
One of my favorite game moments was the first time I was DMing. It was Ricky, and it was Lost Mine, and I had never experienced a druid before, and this motherfucker was like, I'm gonna transform into an elk, and then, like, do the elk calling to try to distract the orc, and I was blown away. It was like session 2. I was baby DM.
You can do that?
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. The orc just leaves. He does not care. He goes and he's hanging out with the elk over here while the rest of you sneak in. Oh, cool. Are we gonna make a fire and cook over the fire? Oh, we could go fishing. Look, there's fishing poles.
No fire. Because, well, one, that whole deal with like all the overgrowth and stuff, I'm not cleaning that up just to start a fire. And two, a
I can
fire would
clean
give
it.
away our location.
I can clean. I clean at the inn all the time. I'm really good at cleaning. Well, sometimes. I'm not good at cleaning my room. I mean, he saw it. It wasn't that clean.
Tell me about it. High
In
five.
Let's say in real life, I feel that.
Yeah, we're doing good to make sure we have 2 forks and spoons at all times.
Like, y'all
Sometimes we buy more dishes. You know, sometimes we go and we just buy more. Like, oh shit, we're out of this, and so now we have like 300 plates.
Only.
And like we're like weird with dishes. Like we'll go through all of our plates, but not use a single bowl. And then the next week, like we are only eating out of bowls. Like I don't get it. Adulting is weird. Anyway, he volunteers to clean up the brush so that you guys can light a fire.
No. There was a number 2 to that, kid. If we light a fire, we could give away our position. So no fire. We're just gonna have to freeze tonight, assuming it's cold.
Well, I'm sleeping next to the dog. I'll be plenty warm.
Never mind.
I mean, he does have a point.
My dogs are little furnaces.
Theobald will walk over to Rohan and wave his hand, and he dismisses Rohan, and he kind of disappears into like a little shimmering portal. See you next time, Rohan.
Whoa. Can you make us disappear? If I sit really still, can you make me disappear? Oh, can you make Bray disappear? That would be really cool, actually. Sometimes he's annoying.
Not, little one. Rohan's special. He's tied to me via my divine powers, or magic, if you would prefer to call it that.
Have
So
you-
I can only do it to him, and perhaps in the future I can perhaps have connections with other beings that I can bring from a different place here.
Have you met Bray? He's kind of special too, and I don't think he's from here. He's really weird.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge anyone I haven't seen, but
Well, you can
gotta
see him. He's
learn
right
that-
here.
Yeah, that sounds like sibling talk to me.
I'm just saying. I think
You
maybe
know-
you should try. Could you try? It doesn't
I
hurt to
mean-
try. That's what my mom's always saying. Try your vegetables and blah blah blah. It does hurt.
I mean, little one, how would you feel if Bray said that about you?
I'd be okay with it. He's kind of annoying, so I'd get to be away from him. If you want to try to make me disappear, that's cool too.
I
don't think he-
can't make either of you disappear. You guys are from here. You are not a creature that I called with my magic. It's the only reason why I can
Well, he called us.
do what I do.
Can he make us leave? Disappear?
I don't think you walk
Not
away. He's
really.
gonna make you.
I can make you disappear. You fuck.
No, he's kind of creepy, actually. You're right.
You would not enjoy the type of disappearing that I think Apollo has in mind right now. So if you guys can settle down, we'll get some food out, we'll eat, and we'll kind of wait it out and see if your folks are out here by the end of the day.
I don't know. I saw a little bit of stuff when we were on the wagon. I tried looking back. Rictavio was going really fast, though. A lot of dirt was getting in my eyes. But it didn't look like it was good. Do you think they're going to be okay? What if they never come back?
Honest answer, I can't tell you, little one. All we can do is hope for the best, and if the best doesn't happen, well, we'll deal with that when it comes.
But
Now, why don't you two play with Lancelot for a little bit, and I'll keep an eye out on things out here.
okay, can we go outside and maybe throw some sticks around for him? He looks like he'd be good at fetching.
Yeah, but don't stray too far from here, alright?
Okay, I'll make sure I can see the cabin.
Okay, good.
Oh, or can we call it a fort? That sounds really cool. We're all like camping out in a fort, just us dudes. I'm glad there's no girls around. Just us guys.
I mean, if you can do whatever you want,
Within reason
within reason, obviously.
and the law.
I don't know if there's law around here, but I'll do my best.
Law will be my foot up your ass.
Okay, come on, Bray. Let's go play with Lancelot. They said we can go outside while they I don't know, do things and stuff.
I'm just gonna go out there and watch them just to make sure they don't fucking go near the lake.
I was sitting there thinking, do any of y'all have the name of the? Do you remember that story we were told a long time ago about the guy and his brother was watching him?
Pointius?
Pointius, that's what it was. When
Yeah, his
Rictavio
face peeled off.
That was a
when
good
Rictavio
story.
was talking about how like the spear or like the lake monster is like different things based on different people. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, oh god.
Ugh. Guys, I truly apologize.
I'm choosing to ignore everything you just said.
We get rid of an NPC and yet bring 2 children.
You know, they said Lancelot seems like he'd be good at fetching, but he couldn't even fetch his owner, so I don't know what metric they're basing that off of.
They're out there throwing a stick around. It seems like Bray is doing more of the fetching than Lancelot. He's doing that whole, like, trying to show him what he should be doing, and Braum just keeps throwing it around. Apollo, are you like kind of staying in between the cabin and where the kids are, or more where the kids are, more where the cabin is?
I would probably like. You said there was like a. And I wouldn't knock down the boat. I'd probably just kind of sit in the fucking dirt and just be peering back and forth, making sure they're always in my eyesight. I've had to take care of kids before. But yeah, just sitting down, watching. I'm gonna die if one of these kids die. So.
Okay. You were kind of keeping an eye on them, like using your perception, your passive. It's not too hard for you to keep an eye. I wouldn't say that you are like closely watching though. Like there's moments where you're kind of in a daze, especially because of everything going on and stuff. Just like anyone, if you're watching kids, like if everything's okay, you kind of zone out a little bit, even if you try not to. Um, at one point, the stick gets thrown a little bit further into the woods. Lancelot has, because they've been out there tossing this around for quite a bit. So Lancelot has started kind of fetching more. And either way, Bray is still very much doing the chasing. And you see it goes into the forest, kind of down away from where the cabin is. You see Lancelot bolt, and so then, of course, you see Bray following, and then Brom's like, Apollo!
I'm gonna run over there. No, not the forest, not the forest. And
Lancelot's in the forest, though. Bray is like right at the edge trying to find Lancelot.
Alright. I'm gonna yell to the group first. Guys, Lancelot's in the forest. Fuck.
He's got a better sense of direction than I do. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Castle's gonna be like, oh, I forgot we had a dog.
I'm gonna like cast light on like maybe a rock that's nearby and kind of like throw it towards the direction I saw Lancelot run in.
Okay.
Lancelot.
Yeah. You throw it in that direction. You can hear rustling coming from within like the forest, so it doesn't seem like he's gotten too far. And then you kind of hear it coming back. Lancelot comes back and he is no longer holding a stick. And Bray doesn't know, like, you notice that, because you have probably seen bones before. Bray, being very young, like, has probably not seen, like, humanoid bones. And so, like, he reaches and he grabs it.
Smack his hand. Like, no.
I was just gonna throw it again. I won't throw it in the woods this time. What's wrong? Brom notices because of you smacking Bray's hand, and he is kind of like staring at it, and he's like, it's nothing. It's nothing, Bray. I think maybe we should go back
I'll
inside.
Yeah.
You grab it. Brom is kind of moved into that protective brother role instead of just being annoyed by his younger brother, trying to be more on the protective side. So like he is ushering him in, and like he's calling for Lancelot to follow them. You're standing there holding a bone.
All right. What are you talking like size wise? Is it like it seemed like an arm, like a?
So
What are you talking about? Just.
Lancelot's pretty small. It seems probably arm size. It does not. What's his strength now? He's up a bit. Oh, he's a 10. He's more dexterous. He could drag it. It looks to be like an arm sized bone. It looks like he had gotten like a good grip and was dragging the rest of it through, because it is kind of covered with like leaf and debris from the forest.
Huh. I'm. Jesus Christ. I don't just carry around a fucking bone. I'm gonna kind of just place it near the edge of the forest and just like pat it like, all right, that's strange. Does it seem
Would
humanoid?
roll medicine for me?
Medicine? Alright. God, if something's out there, I don't want to be here. 15?
Okay. It's like because I could see the 11. I didn't have the chat open, and I was like, let's see what your modifiers are. So a 15 is actually what you needed. Looking at this bone, like as you're kind of placing it, you notice where like one, it does look to be humanoid of some sort. Like you don't see all of the like finger bones on it, but like you can definitely tell. Like you've got the um upper arm and lower arm, which technically I do know what those are, but I'm blanking. You have those bones on it, but what's interesting is like when you place it, it doesn't seem like it bends the way it should bend. It seems like it's kind of the pieces are connected like where it's reversed. So almost like kind of like double jointed in a way. It just doesn't seem like it seems to be deformed and that the bones are going in the wrong direction.
Upon noticing that, I'm not gonna leave it on the ground. I'm just gonna actually bring it to the cabin. This is weird. Maybe Theobald might know something about why this is so strange. And yeah, I will go back to the cabin and bring it with me, but kind of keep it out of eyesight of the kids because this is much larger than I thought it was gonna be. This is fucking weird. Does it seem like petrified? Like it's like quite old?
Oh. We lost
Theobald
Aaron
did not want to
momentarily.
check it out.
He did not want to investigate that.
No, I accidentally hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
He said, F you, Charlie, I don't want to play anymore.
I didn't mean that.
No, I can see that you were still on. It's like, oh, okay. So
I think I would go over and take a look at it.
okay, you can also roll medicine on it. Apollo, to answer your question, I would say it doesn't appear that it has decomposed in a manner that would make seem proper to you. But you would probably chalk that up for the environment that it's in.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's petrified, but I also it seems like maybe it's heavier than it should be. It's retaining that water. With a 12 medicine check, I would say Theobald, you with Apollo kind of showing it, you pick up those deformities and that it looks like the bones are aligned in the wrong direction, even though they are joined together. And aside from that, the same kind of thing where it doesn't look like it's breaking down or going through that decomposition in quite the manner that you would anticipate. Cool. Let's
anything.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go. You go.
No, they can wait.
Oh no, I was gonna have us do a break since Cody stepped away. So ask your question first, and we'll do a break.
Is Theobald feeling any weird vibes off of it or anything?
Give me an insight.
Checks the bones.
Inside the bones. I would say naturally you are going to feel kind of creeped out by it, right? Because one, you're trying to find a safe place to be, and then you have these bones that look deformed, but there's nothing aside from the natural just feeling creeped out by it, there's nothing else that you're kind of reading from it, if that makes sense. But I think it would only be natural that this would creep anybody out who's around.
Pointiest.
Any other questions or anything about the bones?
Nope.
Harper, Apollo.
We don't want Elton to go bury it.
Cool. All right.
Like you phrase it like that.
Just gonna go bury the bones.
You
no
don't
big
want this
deal.
random ass bone the dog found. No, we'll just go bury.
I don't know what magic you guys do.
Cool. Let's do a quick break and then we'll come back and continue. So let's aim for 5 minutes and see what happens. All right. If you're watching and you're not one of us, we will be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you, stream. All right, welcome back, stream. Yeah. So, Apollo is bearing some strange, deformed-looking bone. Everybody is just kind of trying to, take it easy. Kind of stay out of harm's way. Is there anything in particular that you guys would be doing while you're waiting, to be able to take a rest?
Starting my first draft of my letter.
Okay, fair.
Theobone would be whittling. He probably picked up some stick and is carving away at it.
Okay. Bray, the younger one, would be pretty interested in like just sitting and kind of watching. It seems that all the excitement of everything, the boys have kind of calmed down a bit and are also kind of feeling that tired feeling and stuff, like midday kind of dragging on type of thing.
Theobone's making just a little wooden figure of Lancelot.
I think you gotta make his ears a little bit bigger. Those don't look quite right.
Theobone just kind of looks over at the kid, goes back to whittling.
Hey guys, I think Caslin's training the dog. Right? Oh, the dog's using a sword now. That's so cool.
How many times do I have to say we don't want Lancelot to become Sith because I know how that story ends?
What's gonna happen?
Let's see.
Wait. So whose Grateful He guard? Will it be Arena's or will it be his masters? Because there's no way. What the hell was her name? The girl we're supposed to be looking for?
Gertruda?
Gertruda. Yeah, there's no way
Yeah.
she's alive.
Oh, I highly doubt it.
I forgot that was one of your storylines. It's been so long.
Oh, I had very little hope that she's been alive for a while on the character.
Yeah, so, you guys just kind of take it easy. At some point in the later afternoon, the boys do go back outside. They're not really throwing the stick around or anything. They're just kind of, they're trying to skip stones on the lake. The lake itself is not the best with all the kind of decay of it. And it like seems as though like the water itself, because it's so murky, that even like when the stone hits, it doesn't like have that like ripple effect that you would anticipate. Like it seems like the viscosity of the lake is too much for it to really cause that rippling.
Sludge.
Yeah, basically. So they're throwing rocks into the lake.
Charlie, I have a question.
Yes.
Can Apollo just take like a kind of a deep look inside and just see how might be feeling about things that are happening?
I look inside yourself.
But you know what I mean.
Like,
Like,
I know what you're meaning. Oh, don't I know? Roll me a d6. I'm not going to use that chart exactly, but I'm going to use that to give me kind of a feel. a 4.
Because I know I fucked up.
So I would say as you are sitting here and like I would assume you would go back out and watch Brahm and Bray as they're out by the lake. You kind of begin like seeing the lake for what it once was. As you're sitting there, you see this very vibrant lake. Like the trees surrounding it are full. Lot like you can hear lots of like insects and stuff. Like you see like squirrels running around, assuming that's a thing in D&D, and you know the like birds and everything else. And as you're sitting there in kind of like the sand area between where the boys are and where the cabin is, um, you are kind of like sitting like what you're imagining in your mind, and like, and I wouldn't say imagining is the right form. Like to you, this feels very real. You're sitting like on a picnic blanket, and at first it's very pleasant for you. You are with a very familiar individual, um, and you guys have just partaken in lunch, and then as you're sitting there and um, maybe hearing that commotion of those rocks being thrown into the lake and that you know ping as it hits, you suddenly, or I guess clap would be the word, you suddenly feel like this darkness washing over the scene. The clouds come rolling in. You can hear thunder off in the distance. You feel the water begin to kind of pelt down on you. And as you look for this person, it seems like you've taken a little bit longer to respond. And you look around and they are not there with you. And as you kind of come out of that scene, it just feels very much like it is kind of the feeling that you're carrying with, like there's something that was very pleasant that is no longer there with you.
All right. I figured as much.
How is that for completely impromptu?
That was really good. Bravo.
Thank you. Not the Ubun level, but I'm getting there.
And you know what? I followed it all. I understood.
Yeah.
So it was very good.
Yeah, I don't know what I
I'll
would have
sit
done if
there.
you rolled something else, but that one was pretty easy to go with.
All right. I probably look as depressed as Harper does all the time. So
Yeah.
As you are sitting there, you kind of hear, I wouldn't say high pitched, but kind of a squeaky, yelp come from the boys. And that kind of snaps you out of that moment. And they then like come rushing. They're not getting super close to the water by any means. Like they're standing a good distance away to be trying to skip the stones. But they rush up to you and they're like, did you see? Did you see? And they are kind of stammering as they are asking if you saw what they had seen.
I'm guessing I totally didn't because I was distracted.
You did not.
I'll kind of say that no.
There was a woman. She came up out of the lake right out of the center.
Get Harper and Theobun. I'm trying to send them back towards the house. I'll stand up and look, but not getting closer.
As you stand up and are looking, you don't see anything, but you do kind of feel, you feel as though, like, especially considering the emotions you've just gone through while you kind of zoned out for a minute, looking at the lake, like, it definitely is a sad sight to look at, but, like, it also has this very calming sense to it and kind of brings, like, a sense of serenity to you amongst all of the chaos that the group has going on and, the uncertainty that is facing the group. And you also kind of begin to, like, get the sense of longing or, like, kind of homesickness that you just really can't explain or kind of put a finger on, like, what's causing it.
I'll take a step forward towards the water. I mean, maybe I need a better look.
Okay.
You
let's
baited
see.
me and hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, I wasn't actually trying to bait you. It just was like perfect moment.
But I'll take a step forward and just kind of sigh. Things can get better. Like I'm saying to myself, like things can get better. And
Yeah.
I'm not
As
dumb enough to walk into the water. I'm just gonna say that right now.
not yet, anyway.
But I know Octavio said so. I'll take a step back and kind of just wait for the kids to get my fellow companions and not do anything stupid.
Yeah. As you kind of approach, not doing anything stupid, just kind of giving it, like a good stare down. As I'm assuming Theobald and Harper would come out when the kids go and try to get you guys to come, saying that Apollo has asked for you all to come out. As they come out, Apollo, they kind of catch your attention. So, like, you are kind of drawn. You want to tell them what is going on and whatnot. What the kids at least have said. You're not exactly sure what's going on. And as you, like, kind of turn just to even just for a moment to recognize that Apollo and Harper are coming out, you do kind of catch this shadow that seems to kind of come up right from the center of the lake. It does look to be the shadow belonging to a woman, and it seems as though, like, she's motioning for you to approach, but, like, you're seeing this, like, right as you're turning, so it's almost as soon as you see and kind of register, she's already gone.
All right. Well, I'll turn towards the group and do a quick Did you guys see that? I swear I saw something in the water.
Yeah, I told you I saw it. You guys would not have seen the shadow, but Brom and Bray are like, yes, we saw it before. Did you see it too?
I swear I just caught a glimpse of something.
Was it another bird man?
Harper. No, it was a woman actually.
Oh, okay, a bird woman this time.
Oh, you're gonna eat your fucking words. But I'm gonna get slightly a bit closer. Guys, there was something in the water. But, like, to be clear, my version of closer is still like 10 feet away from the shoreline.
Okay. So close, but not too close.
Yeah. And just kind of look around the area where I might have saw that shadow moving.
Yeah, you take a look, kind of peering around. You don't see it again as you're looking around. And the water itself is still completely, like, still almost as if it's been untouched.
Hello? I'm gonna call out to the water.
I don't think water talks.
No, but the woman might. Haven't you heard stories of the Lady of the Lake? The plays of King Arthur?
It was a monster. It was the lake monster. There's no way that was a lady. Just no, no. It was like huge and it was scary looking. I don't know what you saw. I don't think we
back
saw
up,
the
but
same thing.
That's not what I saw. Back up. Octavio did say I could look like whatever.
Yeah, and Ractavia, whatever the fuck his name was, also said monsters only have as much power as you give them. So I mean, we already know he's full of shit.
I thought that was like very good lines on my part, y'all. Considering normally I pre-write any conversation I have, I thought that was pretty damn good.
No, it was, but Harper's so salty considering we essentially gave Strahd all the power then.
Yeah, you guys did. You guys fucked up.
All right, executive decision: nobody goes near the lake any longer. No skipping stones.
They didn't really
15-foot
skip.
perimeter around the lake all time. Just not doing anything by the lake.
I can't go to the bathroom in the lake. I've been doing that all day.
Right now, there's a piss elemental in the lake.
Well,
I wasn't built for this life, okay? I wasn't built for this.
Let me make a piss monster for us.
oh,
Would the
God.
lake's consistency count as total cover for anything inside of it?
With the level of murkiness, yes, it would.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm not getting near this water, guys. So where's Lancelot? Let's make sure he doesn't get near it.
He's in the water swimming.
Motherfucker.
I'm kidding. I don't think that dog would go swimming. He's chewing on the bone that you buried.
Fair enough. He's a good boy.
Well, if you saw a woman and we saw this big scary thing, maybe neither of us saw anything.
Oh, like maybe.
Yeah, maybe
we
it was just a
see.
figment of your imagination.
Maybe we see what we want to see. Because they expected a monster to be in there.
And
Wait,
you expected a woman to be there.
I don't know, but I was thinking. I'm not saying what I was gonna say out loud. Harper, I'm gonna, if I'm able to, I'm gonna move you slightly close to the lake. Now turn really quick. Do you see anything? Maybe it
I'm
has
gonna-
to be like right out of the corner of your eye.
I'll play along. I'll look at the lake and see if I see anything.
You look at the lake, you try turning real quick as suggested by Apollo. You do not notice anything.
That work?
Predictably, no.
Well, that one's on me.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I don't know. Just I say be careful on the lake. I mean, has anyone ever heard anything like this happening before? People going crazy.
I mean,
Go crazy all the time.
Yeah.
You're
with
nothing new.
how unkempt this lake is, it wouldn't surprise me if there's something in it.
Maybe it's Walter.
I was gonna say maybe it's Nessie. We found the Barovia version of the Loch Ness monster.
I got a good idea. How about someone else takes a watch on the kids, and I just go inside and forget what I saw?
Your kid's your responsibility.
Don't say that. I hate those words in that
Papa.
order. No. I guess we just wait it out, right?
Are you
Like
all
them
waiting to
alarmed.
see if you notice anything else?
I am, but with the kids still here, I'm gonna slip one of them like a gold coin and be like, start asking Apollo if he's gonna be your new daddy. Tell him you want him to be your new dad.
Which one do you slip a coin to?
Whichever one is closest to me.
Okay, let me
Let me mark
decide.
that off my inventory.
It's older, even is
I told you
younger.
you'd be getting
Okay.
your shit back.
It's Brahm, the older one. Roll with advantage, persuasion.
Oh no.
I know it's not like one of your skills.
Persuasion.
I mean, you're
Oh,
giving
I didn't
him.
roll with.
I was like, well, that one was rough. 4, 13. Oh, you have like no modifiers.
Yeah.
Given that you also slipped a gold coin, it wasn't going to take him much, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got this. As he's standing there, next to you, Harper, he moves, so like he's next to Apollo, and he kind of like, how tall is Apollo?
Just over 6 feet, so pretty tall.
Okay, so he is, even though like teenage angst and stuff, and I would say he's definitely not quite teenage, but like getting there, probably 10, 11. He is going to slip his arm around around your waist, kind of like a side hug, and he goes, "Daddy, will you protect me from the monster?"
I walk towards the water. I just walk towards the water. I'm not even joking. I hear that. The water is my safe space now. Gross.
He wasn't saying it dirty. He was trying to. He was trying to make you be his father figure, his big bro.
Nope. That's equally as bad in Apollo's eyes.
You guys
No.
were watching Apollo start to walk towards the water.
What happened to nobody gets near the lake, Apollo?
I'll take my chances. I get about 5 feet from the water. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Brahm just flashes Harper like this big grin. And he's kind of trying not to laugh.
We all make choices in this life. I'm just looking at the water.
Does he not like us? He rescued us. We were left there to die. I thought he cared about us. They tied us up and they were leaving us there to die.
I turn around and say, "Thank you."
Just turn to him and be like, he's got commitment issues. Don't worry about it.
Oh. He kind of hides a laugh as he is, playing up that he's upset by this. Let's see how well he does. Oh yeah, he's doing great. Dirty 20 on his performance.
Thank you for giving me the rope, Cody, to hang Apollo with.
Yeah, I messaged Heather one time. It's like some backstory. I was like, "Yeah, Apollo fucking hates kids." Like,
Why the hell did you kidnap them?
I was trying to protect him against every bone in my body saying not to. Okay, my bad. Oh,
Not every carrot that I dangle has to be taken.
hey, that's not how I play D&D, baby.
Fair
You
enough.
throw something in front of me, I bite it every time.
No, not going to the water. Now you're going. Alright, how long are you all going to wait looking at the water?
Probably 10 minutes before I get bored.
Okay, I would say you're probably hitting that 10-minute mark for anyone who wants to be like, yeah, screw this, I'm going back to the cabin.
Have fun drowning yourself, Apollo.
I will. But I will leave from the side. And
Okay.
I think the kids got the picture not to go near the water, so.
Yeah, the kids, after making a lot of fun of you, they eventually go back to the cabin. They don't necessarily stay in the cabin, but they stay by the cabin. Like, they are no longer venturing away from it. But the cabin itself is pretty small. So if there's multiple people in it and stuff, especially as you're just kind of lingering around, they are not partaking in that, and they'll come and sit outside. The rest of your afternoon passes pretty uneventfully, as you all are kind of hanging around, waiting to see if anyone comes from Valaki, particularly the parents of Brahm and Bray. You do occasionally hear kind of the wind carrying from the distance. It doesn't sound near at all. You would assume it's coming from the city of Valaki, but like you hear the like echoing that gets carried by the wind of like screams and shouting coming. So it seems as though whatever is happening there has not quite ended or come to a complete stop at the very least. Um, as you guys are preparing to go take rest for the evening, are we doing watches?
Thea wanted to take their first watch.
Okay.
I will take last watch.
Guess that puts me in the middle. Oh joy, the dead of night.
I can keep watch with you if you want.
Christ.
It's Brahm, the older one. I'm really like I I could be really useful. You never know. Do you want? Just
No,
wake me up. I'll keep watch with you.
deal. I'm not gonna wake him up. I'm just letting you know. Too heavy of a sleeper, I guess. I will not be your dad.
Unless his parents die. Damn, that's pretty cold. You don't even know what's gonna happen. Oh, he's
Okay, I
got
warned
pretty good
you.
stats. Oh yeah, he's pretty tired at this point, so he's not picking up that you probably won't wake him. He's pretty excited for the possibility to hang out with his new papa.
Lake's looking better and better about the second.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna have all of you roll, and then I will narrate what happens on each watch. But roll for me perception. I think the kid's pretty cool. The kid's like this campaign's version of Blep.
Is it perception? Oh, not bad.
Nice. And would we be keeping watch like sitting in the cabin or like going outside and keeping watch? And it can be different per person.
I'd probably be outside.
Trying to ranger.
Trying to ranger, yeah.
I think I'd also be outside.
Okay.
Something about that lake. I swear I saw a woman. No one believes me.
Oh, have you had any cookies today? Do you remember, Apollo, the last time you ate a cookie?
I don't think it was today, so I probably need one.
Yeah. You can roll your wisdom. Man, it's been a while since we broke this out.
I think it was con.
Yeah, it is con. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you need a cookie.
Cookie's so good.
I'm assuming you guys
Oh,
still
man.
have a basket of cookies with you. Maybe crumbs.
I wouldn't drop that ever.
Oh man, I just realized Octavio has the crack monkey.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a rough night.
Joke's on him.
God damn. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
He's gonna be pissed. We fucked up his tiger, and now we made this monkey addicted to cookies.
The monkey isn't Apollo level addicted, so at least we've got that. Like, the monkey's withdrawal would be very mild. Apollo, are you keeping track of how many cookies you have?
Yep. Out of
Perfect.
the 30 cookies, we're down to 24, and out of the 10 slices of pie, I have 8 left. Because I still had some pie left, too.
Great. I mean, eventually, I mean, I think you would still eat it, but eventually that shit's gonna go bad.
If it's like drugs, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. So Theobald, on your watch, it is pretty eerie out, like, it's not fully dark, because of, like, the water and stuff, like the stars kind of, surprisingly, even though it's murky, seem to bounce the light kind of bouncing off of the surface of the water. So it's not completely dark out. It just gives like a really creepy vibe. It's kind of like a the moment in a scary movie right before all the shit happens. That's kind of how you're feeling throughout the night. And that's not to imply any shit is going to happen. It's just with everything going on. You can also smell the smoke that is carrying and wafting from Valaki as you are out and about. But in the area itself, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Theobald would just wake up the next person for the watch.
Okay. Apollo.
Speed.
Apollo, are you gonna wake up your buddy Brahm? I guess the question is actually, Theobald, would you wake up Brahm since Apollo? You did hear Apollo say that he could take watch with him.
If he said it was okay, he would.
I did say it.
You did say it. I know. I'm glad I caught that and was like, wait. Yeah. So,
Such a good liar.
Apollo, as you are waking up, Brahm is alert and ready. He's just watching you. Come on. He's not really saying anything because he doesn't want to accidentally wake up Caslin or Harper. But he definitely is sitting there anticipating you finally being awake enough to go outside. And so, as you are kind of coming to, you turn and you see, he is sitting there just, staring at you. Wide awake.
Great. I'm gonna go kind of sit down in my spot in the dirt. I'll kind of pat the dirt next to me and, sit down. We're not running around during this watch.
We're just gonna sit
I will take this
outside.
moment. Yeah, we're gonna sit outside. Can't see anything from the inside.
Well, yeah, but shouldn't we be pacing and do you have an extra dagger or something I can hold on to in case I need to go stab?
Hold on. Looking.
Just steal it from Harper. I'm sure he has it in his bag.
Probably do. Wait a second. You got on to me about Neil giving a kid a dagger, and now you're just gonna let Apollo give this kid a dagger?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna look in Harper's bag real quick. But I'm not trying to be sneaky about it.
Actually, I don't have a dagger. I've got an extra sword.
But you do have that what was it? The thing that had the demon in it, right? The
Oh,
golden
don't you dare take my demon locket.
the demon locket. Hmm.
Would you just
I
have
was
that
looking-
hanging out in your bag?
No, I'd probably honestly be wearing it at this point
Oh.
because fuck it, why not? I've
Great. Thank you for letting me know that.
I was going to look for it because I've been interested about that, but if it's not directly in your bag, then no dagger.
Nope. Apparently we've been wearing it. We will address that in the next session.
Alright.
Thanks, Heather.
I'll give the kid my sword then. My long sword. You can't keep this, but hey.
Let's see.
Until this watch is over, I dub thee knight, whatever the fuck your name is.
Brom. It's only 4 letters. It's pretty simple.
Your brother also has 4 letters, and
Bray.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing this. You don't have something a little smaller, daggery? Maybe a little bigger than a dagger, but not quite as long as this? I mean, I could try.
I have an instrument.
No, I didn't. I wasn't very good at that.
Just take a good swing with the sword. Go ahead, swing at me.
Let's see.
I'm putting my shield on, just so you know.
Oh, now you're concerned?
Give a kid a sword and tell him to swing at you? Yeah. I know nat 20s do.
Does anyone have the spell that I hate?
silvery bar.
What's
Yeah,
I
silvery
do,
bards.
but I'm not going to use it.
no? I don't have it.
I'm gonna laugh if he knocks Apollo out.
I don't know what the plus would be on it for him, because that's strength
I mean,
based.
if he's just a common out,
Yeah.
if he's just a commoner, he probably gets a +0.
Yeah, he is not just a commoner. He has Brom has pretty decent stats. Bray does not.
Wait, so this kid doesn't have like negative strength because he's a kid?
Nope.
I mean, he is a
He's probably
werewolf.
stronger than you, Apollo.
Truly, I use charisma to swing the sword because it's my hex weapon.
All right, let's
I have
see.
8 strength.
Let's see how he does. Oh, he does not do good. A 9.
Can I make it seem like he hurt me? Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, because a miss doesn't mean like it misses. It just means it doesn't really hurt as bad. So like he hits into you. You kind of put on a show. Roll performance.
18.
Oh, I didn't mean to. Did that hurt? Are you bleeding? Are you gonna be okay?
That was really good. That was really, really good.
Should I wake up Harper to come take watch? Are you gonna be able to take watch?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Ugh. And I kind of like just flexed it out for a second. Good as new. Maybe one day you can do that with the power of magic.
Oh,
Just trying to seem way cooler than I actually am.
I don't know if sitting
But you
here
can't
while
do that.
holding this long sword is really gonna be practical. What if I trip trying to get up to attack something?
Well, we're just gonna use this as the power of intimidation. Hopefully, if something sees you with the sword, they just won't come near us. Power of God and enemy.
I mean, I guess you've done this before. Okay.
Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? Not well. I keep getting my ass kicked.
Oh. I don't know what to tell you. As you are sitting there, probably about a little over halfway through your watch, you can hear some rustling coming in the bushes, to the like northeast of the cabin, so pretty close to where you are. As you're listening, you also hear some like quiet muttering coming around, and you can see what looks like a hunched figure kind of moving through the underbrush over in that way. Looks like they're searching for something along the ground.
I'm just gonna like look over to
I would say they're probably about you have dark vision, right?
I do not
No.
have
How
dark
do you
vision.
not have fucking dark vision? Um I would say in that case, because you can't quite see because they are more in that underbrush area, like you can definitely tell something's moving around. As far as distance, you would estimate it's anywhere from like 20 to 60 feet, but you're not entirely sure. You're like with the dark, it's hard for you to kind of tell.
So maybe like Brahm saw it and was like, over there. These
He
kids are
oddly
scared.
enough also doesn't have dark vision.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, we're fucked. All right. Well, hearing the sound, I'll get closer because it is my job to watch. But I'm like, hey, get behind me. First sign of trouble, wake up the other two. Okay. And I'll kind of go towards this hunched figure.
Okay.
And speak loud enough so they hear me, but not loud enough to like wake my friends. Can I help you? Just like make myself known.
You hear the muttering, kind of continue. The hunched, individual, doesn't, like, their back doesn't really straighten at all, but they do turn and, seem to be kind of looking at you. How close to the individual do you think you would get?
Uh, I would say I'd close to like 20 feet, and if they don't turn to me, I'm casting light on my shield.
Okay.
You're gonna see me, bitch.
Yeah, I would say, with you lacking dark vision, you probably would end up just casting that light just because you're not really seeing too much more than like a shadow. And considering the lake incident, you're probably also unsure of if you're actually seeing something or not because it's dark and you're freaked out. As you cast light and begin to close that distance, you do notice there is kind of a overhanging branch, and hanging down from that branch seems to be a very alert looking snake that like just seems to kind of be moving its little snaky head all around, kind of taking a look. It looks as though it too is on watch, very similar to what you'd been.
I'm actually afraid of snakes. Do I need
Oh
to make a fear
shit.
check?
Yes, you do. Great.
How many faces does Apollo have?
A million. Oh god.
3, and this is one of them.
Well, your friends are no longer asleep because you started screaming like a little bitch. You were frightened
Fuck
for the next
snake!
minute.
God damn it, Apollo.
You had one job.
You had one job.
Yeah,
Do you want me to
I
stab
saw
it?
this.
I think I can reach it with the sword. I think I can reach it. You want me to hit it? I can cut its head off. You are like frantically screaming. I don't even know that you would hear what Brahm is asking, but like you can see he's like trying to swing that sword around.
Theomon would bleary-eyed walk out of the cabin. What in the world are you doing?
So there's a monster in the forest.
Theobald would just slowly walk over to where Apollo and Bran is. Take a look to see what they're looking at.
Yeah, and I would say by the time you would get up and get out, Apollo, you were probably out of that frightened thing, but I mean, obviously still not willing to be near the snake, but you're no longer screaming and in a fit of hysterics.
Guys, it was like this big. All right, there was a giant anaconda-like monster in that forest. Nobody get near it.
I'm gonna turn towards Brom. I'm like,
You're gonna contact one nun.
If
Brom
you
what
got
he saw.
funds, hon. Theobald is gonna look very skeptically at Apollo.
It was huge.
That's what they all say.
Was it as big as the lake monster you saw earlier today?
It was actually 10 times larger, actually. All right.
I would say anyone.
I'm very
Well,
good
I
at
guess
lying.
you have you have light up. You would notice the hunched figure who kind of comes out of that underbrush, still muttering, but now begins speaking in common. I didn't mean any trouble. We can be on our way. And she reaches her hand up where that branch is, and you see the snake come slithering down, wrapping around her arm.
Who are you?
Who are you? This isn't your cabin.
I apologize. We are using this Kevin's cabin temporarily. We are fleeing from Velaki as Velaki has been
Such a
torn
shame.
asunder.
I'm and she kind of motions. You can see in the other arm that the snake isn't on. She is holding a basket. It looks to be filled with various herbs and things. I was simply gathering up some spices. I can be on my way. Do tell Bluto that I hope he's all right.
You can do that. Is she like visible or is she still like hiding in the brush?
No, she just came out. She stepped out and went like I would say Apollo likely moved away, so she is probably 15 or 10 feet away from you all, but like she went to where the snake was. The snake slithered down onto her arm. She doesn't seem hostile or really interested in you all. It just seems like she was here gathering up something in the forest and this has happened and like she's ready to just say see ya.
Glad I didn't shoot the snake.
What's fine with that? Let's just say, alright. Stay safe out here.
You too.
Sorry I gave you quite the scare. Watch out for that other bigger snake I saw, though.
Theobald just shakes his head in disappointment.
Woke me up for this.
Guys, there was a bigger snake, not that small one that came. There was a bigger one back there.
As far as snake size goes, this would probably be, gosh, I would say, probably, say, gardener size snakes, like really tiny, super slim,
Cute little one.
cute little baby
Aw.
snake,
Oh, you little baby.
giant worm size. You guys are not sure why Apollo is all crazy over this.
Sorry,
Theobald
guys.
just shakes
3
his head and
fears.
heads back into the cabin and goes back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just be like, next time you wake me up, you better be dying or it better be my watch.
As they go back in, Brahm just kind of stands and he's like looking at you and he's like, dude, I don't
I
think
know.
I don't think they think that I'm cool, and it's because of you. I can't believe I called you daddy. This will never get old.
My hands are in my face. God. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. I'm just catching L after L. Oh,
Is everything all right?
no.
I thought
Truly nothing's okay.
you seemed like the cool one. I think I need to hang out with Harper, Caslin, or Theobald.
It's all a facade. It's all a lie. I'm barely keeping it together.
I don't think you're keeping it together. Well, let's finish our watch, so maybe they won't be too annoyed with us in the morning.
I'm sure you like kind of yoink the sword back from him. Yeah. Let's finish the watch. Just be quiet the rest of the time.
Yeah, the rest of your watch is uneventful. You don't notice any tiny little worms. Damn, I didn't even know. Like, it was between a cat, snake, or toad, and I rolled for the snake.
It's funnier. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'll wake Harper up. I'll kind of tap your boot with my sword. Your turn. Sorry. Just sorry.
I almost feel bad for
You see Brahm has, like, as you were waking up, Harper, like, Brahm is, like, immediately laid down and, like, passed out. He seems pretty exhausted. And probably a bit embarrassed about, the screaming. That, because I also imagine, like, when you started screaming Apollo, he probably screamed in turn, just, like, knee-jerk reaction, and didn't even know what was going on.
Totally.
Alright. 22, Harper. Harper, you come out probably slightly annoyed, slightly concerned, not really sure what to make of Apollo. As you're out, and would you just sit in the dirt and wait, or would you be kind of pacing,
No,
walking around?
I probably would be walking around. I've been sitting on my ass all day, so give me something to do. Think about my failures as a human being.
So are you buying into the whole, the kid's a bird story? Is Harper buying into that yet?
No,
Okay.
not one bit.
As you are walking around and keeping watch, you do notice gosh, and I think you guys would have seen this one other time. I think it was at the oh, I'm wanting to say the wrong word. The old ladies, the mill, the windmill. I believe this was there. As you're walking, you notice that there seems to be a bird kind of perched and seems to be kind of following along with your movement. It doesn't like fly ever, so like if you get out of being in eyesight of it and stuff, like it stays where it is, and like when you come back, it's there. But it does seem like its head is kind of bobbing along with you as you're moving.
Well, it's got my attention. I'm gonna like watch it and then like move to one side and then like move to the other side. I just want to see how quick it's tracking me.
It's not especially Quick. It just seems like, it's kind of following along with you, but like if you're doing like really fast movements, like it might follow the first one, but then it realizes what you're doing and it stops. It doesn't feel like it's hunting you at all. It just seems like it's watching.
I'm going to could use a friend of sorts. I'm gonna pull out like see if I've got like go back in and like grab a ration from my bag and pull like some bread or hardtack or whatever's in it and see if it'll like eat it.
Let me see. It does. So, are you going to hold it in your hand or kind of toss it?
I'm gonna kind of toss it.
Okay. Would it, like, about how far do you think you would kind of toss it away from yourself?
About 5 feet.
Yeah, so, at first it just kind of, stares at it. Assuming that you throw a couple more pieces, eventually it will kind of swoop down and it looks like it, picks up a bite of it, but then it, like, flies back to the branch that it's, perching on.
Oh, I've made a friend. I'm just gonna start talking to the bird. Like, what are you doing out here? You know? Like, you know this cabin? I know the bird can't understand me, or I'm assuming the bird can't understand me, but I'm just gonna talk to it.
Yeah, so the bird, um, as it's like you're talking and stuff, like it does make a few kind of gurgling sounding croaks. But like it it doesn't make like the very like shrill like alarm sound and stuff. And as you're like watching it more and kind of, like it's landed and stuff, you do recognize that it would be a raven that has seems to be keeping watch on you all.
Isn't that cute? I'm like, didn't Irina say these were supposed to be like good luck or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think you guys also came across a dead raven, and that was
Yeah,
like
but
months ago.
mm,
I think we're getting
just
ready to
gonna.
hit a year of playing, like, well, at least initially starting.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it some food and be like, "Oh, you're gonna be my little good luck charm." You know, just talking to the bird like you talk to like your dog or something.
Yeah.
Completely distracted from my watch.
And while you're doing that, all hell breaks loose, and the vampire spawn set fire to the cabin with all your friends inside.
Oh well, that's time. See, you were
Nope,
my
we're
good
all
luck charm.
dead.
Time for me to leave.
Let's roll new characters. Castlin survives.
Castle's the only survivor.
And that would really suck to TPK when somebody's out. I guess I would just say everybody died. If 3 people out of 4 died, everyone died.
Sorry, Castle, you don't get death saving throws. You're just dead.
You're just dead. Well, I guess that would be. I guess I would just assume that he was unconscious, and I would also roll his death saves. Yeah, the rest aside, like the bird, stays until first light comes, and then it does fly off. But aside from that, nothing else seems to happen on your watch.
It's some fun entertainment for my watch. I guess I'll go get the others.
Yeah, as you
So I'm gonna.
go and wake up the others, Brom and Bray, like as soon as they wake up, they're like, breakfast. I mean, they've grown up in an inn, so like they are used to instant food, always like since food's always cooking, always being able to eat immediately. Oh, I forgot we're not home. We probably don't have anything really for breakfast.
I mean, we got our rations. That's about it.
I have some. No.
Oh my god, no.
We are not giving those to the kids.
Definitely not.
You can't have cookies for breakfast. Only if you're an adult, and then you get to decide that's what you want for breakfast.
You guys have
Makes
cookies?
sense. No.
I've had cookies for
You
breakfast
don't-
before.
You don't want these cookies.
Yeah, no
Right.
shit, he doesn't. He would be addicted. 7 in my hypothetical world for Brahm. That seems pretty true. He seems like he would have an addictive personality. Oh, how does let's see. And nat 1 for Bray. He's just like skipped to full blown addiction.
He's
Okay.
doing his best Apollo impersonation.
Yeah. Okay, we won't have any cookies for breakfast. Do you care if we have some of your rations? Would that be okay? The scary
Yeah,
dude didn't let us
fine.
grab anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand one of them the ration. I took the bread out to feed the bird last night.
Yeah. This'll do. Thank you. We can make do. Do you think our parents will come today?
I don't know what this
Hopefully.
sounds like. Do we still hear screams of terror coming from the town?
You are no longer hearing screams being carried over, but you do still like you can still smell smoke and stuff. Whether or not like it might just be, lingering and stuff from the day before, you're not too certain on that, but you definitely do smell the smoke. It actually is kind of a quiet feeling as the morning is coming upon you because of the lack of biodiversity in the area of the lake. There's not really too much in terms of nature around. So like no birds singing or insects and other little critters running around. All right.
About a 50-50 shot, maybe.
Do you think they're both okay or just one? Just one of them?
Well, now you're just bettering the odds.
I feel bad that I didn't try to help. I'm really good with a longsword. Do you want to see? I think I might have hurt Apollo, but that might have been why he got so scared.
Stop talking.
Oh, Apollo. I mean, I know you've had problems, but come on.
Guys, it hasn't been my best day, okay? I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm done apologizing. Hopefully your parents are okay. But in saying that, I'm sure there's nothing you could have done. Yes, you're great with a sword, I say sarcastically. But I'm sure your parents would have just been worried about you if you were around. Hence why they tied you up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I'm sure it looked bad that they tied us up, and that's why you took us. But it's because I was refusing to listen, and well, um, Mom told Dad that it was the only way. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to help. And hopefully, even if they didn't make it, hopefully they were able to help someone. Do you think they were able to help someone?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw bird people at like towards Harper saving people in the middle of town.
I just wish like I had a sign or something so I knew that even if they aren't okay, that everything's going to be okay. You know?
Mm. Well, the I saw a raven last night on my watch. It stuck around for a little bit. Those are supposed to be good luck to y'all, right? So, I mean, you can take that as a sign. You may not have seen it yourself, but it was here.
Wait, you saw a raven?
Yeah, last night. It was. I'm gonna point to like where it was.
Oh, but it left.
Yeah, it was gone by the time the sun rose or started rising.
Huh. That he seems to be kind of like in thought, like he starts to say something and then just kind of does like a like he's trying to process his words or like what any of that could mean. Well, I mean, it must have just been a regular raven if it left. But yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, that could mean good luck or something. It's got to mean something. Yeah. Maybe everything will be okay. Maybe not right now, but at least I have you all. Well, me and Bray, at least we both have you all.
Oh no, they're getting attached.
You all chose to steal the
Uh,
children.
One person decided to steal the
Sorry.
children.
You
I
guys like
mean,
adopting things, it's fine.
to be fair, Theobald kind of co-opted it by allowing them to ride on Rohan. So,
Thank you for saying that.
I mean, it's mostly Apollo's fault, but
But Theobald will take a little bit off of it, like
yeah, Theobald will
3%.
take like maybe 5 to 10%.
Theo will be a pro. Oh god. I
And
don't know. How much longer do you think we should wait?
I don't know, but not hearing the screaming in town is a good and also bad sign. One, maybe the attack's done, but two, maybe everyone's dead.
God.
uh,
Cool. I think we have hit like a natural stopping point. We can chat to see what we're thinking for the next session, but I mean we're close to time and I think we've kind of hit
Yep.
that point. All right, if you're watching the stream, thank you for tuning in. We will be back, if I'm good at math, on the 17th. And we will see you all then. See ya, stream.
Bye.
bye.